handle a young couple that is about to be married? How do you now guide them in this path?
A young couple that is about to be married need to first and foremost understand that marriage is not that gish. Is more than chemistry. Marriage is not butterfly in my belly. Marriage is what comes after the decision of love that you made. Marriage is a commitment.
Wow.
Every young person and intending person hoping to get married someday should know that marriage is a commitment. I say that to establish the fact that when you're having gish and you're having butterfly in your belly, you are able, because of the butterfly in your belly, because of the ecstasy and all, you are motivated, you know, without reservation to buy gifts, to send messages, to send emojis, to call several times a day.
Communication, you're talking all day.
All of that is easy, and it helps you to make up your mind, to decide for love. Then by the time you transit into marriage, the gish, the chemistry, the butterfly in the belly might slow down. And that's where commitment comes in. You must still give gifts.
You must still continue to
even
call
when
and
you
text.
Don't feel like.
That's
you must call and text.
That's right.
As a commitment.
That's right. So many times people start a relationship by building on the right foundation, but it is based on the feeling that is fleeting. So, but in marriage, you must continue to build on that foundation, whether you are feeling that thing or not.
Precisely.
I like the language you've been using, gish. I will save that for my own expressions too. But in your experience in counseling and helping people in marital conflict and the rest, would you say that there are conflicts or issues in marriage that are unredeemable?
Okay, I will put it this way. There is no marriage that is unredeemable or that is impossible. When you have a situation that appears as so, it is because the people in that marriage are impossible or irredeemable.
The people
in the marriage marriages don't fail.
Wow.
It's the people in the marriages that fail.
This is the first time I'm hearing that.
So with that behind your mind, you will know that at whatever point in your marriage that you have challenges, you should pause and look at it. What am I doing wrong? What could I do better? What am I overdoing? Before at all you even think about your spouse.
So the first place to look when there is conflict in a marriage is not even what is happening, it is yourself. You look back at yourself. Wow, that's something.
Because a whole lot of times, you know what happened? What happened is the fact that many of us will look at the other person and it makes our own position false, blurry, and we don't pay attention to it at all. And do you even know, a whole lot of time, I'm not wrong. My spouse is not wrong.
It's just the view of things.
It's just differences.
Wow. Well, that is where communication comes in.
Exactly.
What is the role what role does communication play in a good marriage or even in a bad marriage?
Okay, communication is critical in marriages, in relationships, also in partnerships, in friendship, and so on and so forth. Communication, put in three ways, for example. That is communication that you do because you have to convey your intention and content of heart.
Yeah, to the other person.
To the other person or people. For that, you don't need clarity. Once there is clarity, you are safe. And your relationship, as it were, is safe. With that, you need to pay attention to, for example, the fact that there is verbal communication, there is non-verbal communication. Verbal communication is what you say, quotable words. And that is just 7%, according to theory.
Oh, wow.
Of the whole communication.
So non-verbal communication carries more weight
non-verbal
than verbal
communication, which is your pitch of voice and your body language. Pitch of voice, for example, is 38%. Your body language is 58%.
Interesting.
Such that you will now realize that in communication, to convey your mind, it is beyond the words that is quotable.
Expressions
Expression
can tell more of intention.
For example, you know, someone walks in now and sees the card in your hand and is asking me, can I tear it up? And I say, tear it. Tear it.
That's a dare. I can already tell that you're ready for trouble.
So, you see, but what I said is, tear it if you are going to quote it. If someone is writing it and is not mindful of my pitch of voice, gesticulation, my body language, which carries the real message. So that has to be paid attention to in marriage. Second type of communication that I think is vital is communication for information.
Okay.
I'm here now. A few people know I'm here. And there is no gainsay about it. If they see anybody or they have anybody quoting or saying that they found me somewhere, that's not where I am. This is where I am.
This is where you are.
And so I need to have mentioned it to a few people where I'm going, what I'm doing.
So that
there is information.
That's right.
Information helps to build trust. And you need trust in marriage, in a relationship.
Wow.
Also, the last type of communication that I feel we want to talk about is the communication for pedagogy. Communication between pastor and church members, communication between, you know, mentor and protege, communication between teacher and,
how does this communication play in marriage?
In marriage, you see, I am married to a woman and I have children. First and foremost, I'm a friend to my wife. I'm a lover. I'm a pastor. I'm a father. I'm a friend. So all of this type of communication I've mentioned, they take, you know, course.
They play different roles
in different aspects of my responsibility, of commitment to my family. I pastor my wife. I pastor my children. So that's pedagogy.
Yes, I understand what you're saying.
I'm friend to my children. I'm friend to my wife. That's information. My wife knows I'm here. Do you understand?
I get you.
And when it comes to conveying, hell in the air, we convey the mind of God, what we believe, you know, are the goals, the things God would want to accomplish in our lives as a family. We conveyed it. We conveyed that intention. In my mind, I feel God gave me. I conveyed it to the children. Project of the family, conveyed it to the family. That's the first one I talked about.
There's so much to learn about these things, and I wish that we have a lot of time to discuss in details. But I want you to say quickly, marriage is an institution ordained by God, and there is presently a growing trend of divorce. As of January of this year, there is already 4,000 cases in the northern part of Nigeria alone.
I'm aware.
4,000 cases.
That's right.
Quickly. What do you have to say about this growing trend of divorce? How can we tame it?
Divorce is the way of man. Is not God's way. And it has to be tamed. Part of how we need to tame it is this crusade about marriage that works. Seminars, talk shows, you know, passion. People should live exemplary life and stuff like that. But having said that, people should first and foremost know that the first thing to do when there is challenge in marriage is not exit. Is not, because I offend myself. When I offend myself, do I walk out on myself?
No, you can't. It's impossible.
It's impossible because we know that man and woman, he made them, and they are one. So if you're my wife, okay, I'm one with my wife. My wife is not here now in this location, but we are one.
Technically, yes.
But the perception of man is saying that because I'm not where my wife is, we are separate. And so it makes it easy for me to want to walk out of the marriage.
Right.
But when I offend myself, I don't walk out on myself. So when God says there is oneness, and it's not divisible. What they started with was chemistry. Chemistry is, you know, having atom as a subject or a mention in its theory. And the theory of atom says it's indivisible.
True.
So if it's indivisible and you say you had chemistry and that chemistry gave you butterfly, so at the time you now have challenges, why are you thinking of dividing the atom?
So indeed, divorce is the way of man.
Divorce is the way
not
of
the
man.
way of God. I really wish that I could go into details and ask you more of this. Maybe we'll make plans for you to come back again and give us further talk on this. And like you said, it is time for you to start to host these seminars and teach people about marriage and counseling.
Yeah.
The weight is on you. Let me throw it back.
I'm doing my best.
I'm really sorry we had to cut that interview short. There's just a lot to learn in these things. But don't go anywhere. 700 Club Nigeria will return shortly.
Thanks for joining us on Heart to Heart.
It's good to have you both on the program.
It's our pleasure to be here.
But it's the truth, I've been singing for as long as...
A program that allows you into the world of your favorite artists as they share their personal stories with you.
And we realized on the second day it wasn't improving.
And there are many people who have been there and have compromised.
No matter what I face. People go from admiring these people and forget that these people are really human.
The program gives you the opportunity to really see the person behind every performance you see.
See how we changed my life. See how we washed me clean.
Watch episodes of Heart to Heart on this channel.
The talk on marriage is long and a lot. Pastor Emmanuel has so much light in these things. I really wish we had more time to go deeper into certain things. Like, I wanted to ask so many questions, really. I wanted to ask.
Absolutely. One thing stuck out for me in that interview with Pastor Emmanuel. He says, when there's a conflict, turn the searchlight on yourself.
Yes.
Don't be quick to blame the next person. And that, for me, is the biggest lesson.
Yes. And divorce is the way of man, not the plan of God.
Honestly, let's not even go into that.
That's massive.
Let's not go into that. Thank you so much, Pastor Emmanuel. Thank you. In order to change the world around us and our lives, we must do good to one another. Just like one of the 700 Club partners has decided to put a smile on the face of others. Here is Adeline sharing more. Take a look.
I had the opportunity of seeing what they do out there, reaching out to people who had no water to drink, helping the less privileged. Each time I see those people rejoice, I see those mothers dance, I see those children cry for joy, I just get fulfilled. I happen to have lived around people who fell sick because they didn't have good water. It was dear to my heart, but I couldn't. But the moment I became a partner, I realized it was so easy. I realized I was also a part of a blessing. Just like it's called Operation Blessing. You're not only blessing the people out there, you're actually receiving the blessing too. It just gives me joy seeing people drinking that water, having the opportunity of getting water close to them, not having to suffer that much, especially those little kids who have to go all the way for hours trekking just to get water. So I will encourage everyone, no matter how little they feel what they have is, to give in, knowing that you're a part of it, that you're also transforming lives in your own way out of the little you have. It brings a lot of joy.
I would like to thank Adeline and all our 700 Club partners for making people smile again. You have chosen to do this, and that decision is making a difference in thousands of lives. God bless you.
God bless you really good. Now, if you want to be a part of this commission, just like Adeline and the rest of the partners, kindly log on to our website and follow the steps to fill out the form, or give us a call now on the numbers displayed on your screen, and someone will tell you how to go about it.
And we encourage those who are already partners and feel they can still do more. Why not step up in your giving level and reach more men, women, children, and communities at large? We can provide proper health care, clean water, food, and many other basic amenities through your commitments and your giving.
I would like to thank you for your time today. Thank you for spending this time with us. And this concludes the show. We will return to 700 Club Nigeria with another fresh episode of the show next time by God's grace.
From the entire team, see you next time. God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
There are angels everywhere, bringing miracles. There are angels everywhere, changing lives. Angelic visitation is what I pray for. Touch me, Lord, touch me, Lord, touch me, Lord. There are angels everywhere, bringing packages. There are angels everywhere, helping lives. Riding on the wings of judgment, for my beautification. Touch me, Lord, touch me, Lord.